Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. Today we're diving into something that's absolutely taken over my watch list, and probably yours too, Chinese BL series. But here's the thing, so many of these incredible shows that we're binge watching actually started as something called DANMEI novels. Now if you're sitting there thinking, what the? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Before we get going, remember to subscribe and hit that notifications bell. I've got so much more to tell you about boys' love in other videos. Danmei literally means indulgent beauty in Chinese, and it refers to a genre of literature that focuses on romantic relations and incredible depth. These aren't just simple romance stories. We're talking about complex narratives with rich world building, morally gray characters, and emotional depth that'll have you ugly crying at 2 a.m. What's fascinating is how these online novels, often written by incredibly talented authors, have made the jump from digital pages to our screens, bringing these beloved characters to life. Today, I'm taking you through 9 amazing TV adaptations that showcase just how diverse and compelling Danmei literature can be. From psychological thrillers to epic fantasies, historical dramas to contemporary stories, we're covering it all. So grab your tissues, settle in, and let's explore these incredible adaptations together. And if you're wondering how we're getting so many Chinese BL series at all these days, I'll cover this in another video. For now, let's get going with these beautiful series. Number 1, My Stand in adapted from Professional Body Double by Shui Chen Cheng. Let's start with My Stand-In, based on the novel Professional Body Double. This Thai TV adaptation dives deep into the entertainment industry's dark side, following Joe, a stunt double who becomes entangled in a toxic relationship with a top actor. The story explores themes of obsession, identity, and what happens when someone becomes so dependent on another person that they lose themselves entirely. The narrative gets complex as Joe finds himself literally becoming someone else's stand-in, both professionally and personally. The original novel is known for its psychological depth and morally gray characters. It doesn't shy away from showing unhealthy relationship dynamics, making it a compelling but emotionally heavy read that resonates with readers who appreciate complex, flawed protagonists. This is personally one of my top 3 Danmei books of all time. Number 2, Unknown the Series, adapted from Dague by Priest. Next up is Unknown, adapted from Priest's Dague. Now, if you're not familiar with Priest, you absolutely need to know about her. She's basically one of the queens of Danmei literature. She's been actively writing since 2007 and has received several awards for her writing and is considered to be among the top 5 Danmei authors in the world. Unknown follows the relationship Wei Qian, raised in abuse, who takes in street kid Xiao Yuan and raises him as his brother. Over years of shared hardship, their bond deepens from brotherly to romantic. Early episodes showcase a gritty, realistic tone that grips you. Unknown becomes a story about finding light in a period of darkness, a transformative experience that grips the soul. Priest's writing style is known for creating morally complex characters and intricate world building, and she's given us masterpieces like Guardian and Stars of Chaos. Her works often blend different genres seamlessly, which is exactly what we see in Unknown. Number 3, The Only One, Momo by Musuli. The Only One brings us a high school setting with Sheng Wang and Jiang Tian, 2 students who become stepbrothers when their parents marry. This isn't your typical school romance, though. It's a slow burn story that carefully builds the relationship between 2 very different personalities. Sheng Wang is outgoing and impulsive, while Jiang Tian is reserved and academically focused. The series explores how they navigate their complicated family situation while dealing with growing feelings for each other. What makes this adaptation special is how it handles the delicate balance between family dynamics and romantic tension, showing how relationships can evolve from antagonistic to protective to something much deeper. The story resonates because it captures that specific intensity of teenage emotions and the confusion of trying to figure out where you fit in someone else's life. Number 5, Addicted, adapted from the novel Are You Addicted by Chai Jidan. One of the earliest Chinese BL web dramas, this 2016 adaptation of Chai Jidan's novel broke ground with its depiction of a stepbrother romance. Fair warning, this one is intense. It also happens to be my top DANMEI book of all time. The story centers on Gu Hai and Bai Luoying, two high school students whose relationship is passionate, obsessive, and often problematic by modern standards. What makes this series notable is how it doesn't romanticize toxic behaviors. Instead, it presents them as part of the character's growth journey. The dynamic between the two leads is explosive, with Gu Hai being possessive and manipulative, while Bai Luoying struggles with his own identity and desires. Chai Jidan, as an author, is known for writing emotionally raw stories that don't shy away from difficult themes. Her characters are often deeply flawed but undeniably human, and she has a talent for creating relationships that feel authentic in their messiness. Addicted became controversial precisely because it presents an unvarnished look at teenage obsession and desire. Number 6. The Untamed, adapted from the novel Grand Master of Demonic Cultivation by Moxiangtong Xu. The Untamed is probably the most famous DANMEI adaptation globally, based on Moxiangtong Xu's Grand Master of Demonic Cultivation. This epic fantasy follows Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji through two timelines: their youth at the Cultivation Academy and their reunion years later after Wei Wuxian's death and resurrection. The story is massive in scope, featuring complex cultivation systems, political intrigue, and a mystery that spans decades. What makes MXTX special as an author is her ability to create incredibly detailed fantasy worlds while never losing sight of the emotional core of her stories. The Untamed enjoyed massive national and global success and was even praised by the Chinese Communist Party's official newspaper, People's Daily, although because of censorship in China, the series adaptation was changed to bromance, with the romance between the male leads being heavily implied instead of being obvious. MXTX has become a household name in DANMEI, with her works being translated into multiple languages and adapted across various media. Her writing style combines humor, heartbreak, and epic adventure in ways that have captivated millions of readers worldwide. Number 7. Desire the Series, based on the novel A by Nong Jin. Desire the Series is adapted from Desire by Nong Jin, and this one definitely lives up to its title. The story explores the intense physical and emotional connection between its main characters, delving into themes of passion, power dynamics, and the sometimes destructive nature of desire. What sets this apart is how it handles mature themes. It's not just about the physical relationship, but about how desire can drive people to make choices they never thought they would. Nong Jin's writing style is known for being unapologetically bold and exploring the darker aspects of human nature. The author has a talent for creating scenarios where the line between love and obsession becomes blurred, and characters are forced to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves. This adaptation appeals to viewers who appreciate stories that don't shy away from the more intense aspects of human relationships. Number 8. Revenged Love, adapted from the novel Counterattack by Chai Jidan. Revenged Love, based on another of Chai Jidan's Counterattack, brings us an emotionally charged story from an author who specializes in morally ambiguous characters. It follows a revenge plot that gets complicated when genuine feelings develop between the characters. What makes this story compelling is how it subverts the typical revenge narrative. Instead of simple satisfaction, we get characters who must grapple with the consequences of their actions and the unexpected ways their relationships evolve. Chai Jidan's strength lies in her ability to write characters who feel real in their contradictions. They make bad decisions, hurt people they care about, and struggle with their own motivations. Her works often explore how past trauma shapes present behavior, and Counterattack is no exception. The adaptation maintains the psychological complexity that makes her novels so engaging. Number 9. Uncle Unknown, adapted from the novel After the Flirting, My Uncle Kept Chasing Me by Wan Shi-zi. Finally, we have Uncle Unknown, adapted from Wan Shi-zi's novel. This series tackles the age gap romance trope with a story about a young man and his uncle-in-law, exploring the forbidden nature of their attraction and the family drama that ensues. What makes this adaptation interesting is how it handles the taboo elements. It doesn't ignore the complications, but uses them to create tension and character development. The story explores themes of family loyalty, societal expectations, and the courage it takes to pursue what you truly want, despite the consequences. Wan Shizi's writing style focuses on emotional realism and the internal conflicts characters face when their desires clash with their responsibilities. The author has a talent for creating scenarios where characters must choose between safety and authenticity, making for compelling viewing that keeps audiences invested. And there you have it, 9 incredible Danmei adaptations that showcase just how rich and diverse this genre really is. And these aren't even all the ones out there. From the psychological complexity of My Stand-In to the epic fantasy of The Untamed, these series prove that Danmei literature offers something for everyone. What I love most about these adaptations is how they're introducing so many new fans to the world of Danmei novels. Maybe you started with The Untamed and had no idea it was based on a web novel. Or perhaps Addicted was your gateway into Chinese BL. Either way, you're now part of an incredible global community of fans who are passionate about these stories and characters. If any of these series caught your attention, I highly recommend checking out the original novels too. Many of these novels only feature fan translations, but some do have official English translations. Reading the source material adds so many layers to your viewing experience, and honestly, some of these authors are absolute literary geniuses who deserve all the recognition they can get. The fact that we're living in a time where these stories are being brought to life with beautiful cinematography, talented actors, and production values that do justice to the source material, it's honestly incredible. So whether you're a longtime Danmei reader or someone who's just discovering this genre through these adaptations, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these series is your favorite? Are there any other Danmei adaptations you'd like me to cover? And if you're new to the channel and enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I've got so much more BL and Danmei content coming your way. Until next time, happy watching, and remember, there's always another incredible story waiting to be discovered.